Here's me finishing It Ends With Us. I've never cried for so long after it.
I love books about toxic, obsessive relationships.
But this was just, oh my god, like I could not put it down.
You read because you think it makes you better than everybody else.
This is End With Us, and this is what BookTok does to books. It takes something you are meant to read and turns it into something you are meant to recognize. By the time people pick it up, half the experience is already finished. And the reputation is there. The reaction is also there, and moreover, the social meaning is there. This book arrives with an aura attached to it, and that aura ends up doing more work than the actual writing per se. And that's a problem. BookTok gets treated like reading revival. It's not.
This Unhinged over a man who is stalking this poor...
It's a packaging machine. It takes books, strips them down to whatever moves faster, and then sends them back into the world as a little identity objects. The easiest way to understand BookTok is to look at what actually moves on it. People are rarely selling the writing itself. They're selling the effect, what books say about yourself, and what type of person you are when you read it. Not what person is gonna recommend it to you. The whole thing gets wrapped into a social script before anyone has even reached chapter 3. And this is why the same book keeps on dominating. It's not because the app accidentally discovered this greatest novel ever written. It's just certain books that fit the machine better than the others. They are easy to pitch, they are easy to react to, and also easy to turn into a dramatic life event because they travel so well. And that is where It Ends With Us becomes useful. The whole argument depends on one Colleen Hoover book, which shows the mechanism clearly. It is carried around with the whole reputation attached to it. It's serious, emotional, important, and saying you read it already places you inside this pre-built bubble of conversations. The object means something before the reader has added anything of value. And this is what BookTok changes. It does not just recommend books anymore. It preloads them with an identity pre-settled in them. And once these books start to move like that, the behavior around them starts shifting as well. Now you look at editions. Do they matter? What type of cover do you have on it? If the edges are a bit more sprayed, if the tabs are different color, well, the whole culture pretty much revolves around a book that gets dragged towards whatever can be seen, shown, posted, and even can be recognized the fastest. And that is where reading gets replaced by a display, by a prop. When a book is functionally normal, the important part is what happens between you and the page. On BookTok, well, a lot of the energy sits around everything outside the page. The recommendation, how does it look on the shelf, and is that the book that destroyed me? Wannabe vibe? The object per se becomes socially useful long before it became personally meaningful. And that's why much of BookTok nowadays looks like it builds an image and might signal taste. The version of yourself that you are trying to protect or portray has nothing to do with actual books. Here's a book for you. There you go. Move on. The point is, a book should be able to exit without needing a full identity package attached to it. Simple. Read the book, have a laugh, move on with your life. And the overconsumption point is gonna matter here and only here. The issues now that have arisen is not as people just buy books. No, that's not a problem. The issue is what happens when buying starts doing the exact cultural work that reading used to do. Is the shift that books now stop at the cover. It functions before the first page even matters. And once this whole concept gets tossed around too many things, well, BookTok can't do anything that is reading nor teaching, is just showing off. And the damage is not that popular book exists. Don't get this idea wrong. Popular books always existed. The damage is that this trend trains people to approach books as things that should already be socially validated and always easy to explain. That makes reading smaller. The best part of reading is not just recognition. It is discovery. It is the sense of the unknown. Once you find something that does not come with a pre-written reaction, that might sound a bit strange or even ugly, But BookTok pushes people in other direction. And no, BookTok did not ruin books. It just ruined the reading by turning it into something public and something that you can display and package and attach it to your identity. That's lost its purpose. And books stopped being useful long enough on their own. They just need a reputation, a performance. And that is the shtick. A book like Ends With Us does not succeed as a book anymore. It just relies on social objects, and that is why it spreads like wildfire. And while people started carrying it with them like evidence. And that is why BookTok works. It does not build readers first, it just builds customers with bookshelves. And with that being said, I'm off to read my book, so maybe you can answer me this riddle. Do they? Or they don't? Anyway.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow.